Hey, welcome back to the channel. Back in the garage today, working on the Royal Enfield Scram411. My last video, I actually went through what I'm doing to store the bike, and it's the first time I've done the actual way to actually store the bike for the way Royal Enfield tells you to do. And after doing that, I found out taking the battery out is one of the hardest things I've ever done on a motorcycle so far. Not quite, but it is actually quite difficult, and I couldn't find anything on the internet to show me how to do it. So I figured I should make a video so you don't have to go through that whole video I just did on how to take the battery out and replace it, because putting it back in is difficult as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and take the battery out of the Royal Enfield Scram411. Let's get into it. So the first part is actually, you know, everyone knows how to do this. Taking the seat off, you got to use your key. Pops up. This gives you access to the top of the battery. As you can see, the ports down here. And now we'll just need to take off the side cover. The side cover is just the number 4 Allen key or hex key. Now for this, you actually only need to take 1, 2, 3 off. This one here actually just goes into this little piece here. It doesn't actually go into the bike, so you only need to actually take the 3 off. So once you have the 3 screws out, there is a push grommet or whatever in the back here, so it just pops out there. You can see the grommet there goes in there. Next, we go ahead and disconnect the battery. This here, you're going to have to make your room and be patient, but yeah, you're gonna have to make room, and that goes for disconnecting it as well as when we go down here. Yeah, you just need to make room, so you're gonna have to move stuff around. Like this wiring port, I'm gonna have to bring it up after, but for now, to get the negative, this should be good. Always start with the negative. Once the negative's off, just actually just move it away so it doesn't flop back down and accidentally connect while you're doing the positive. So again, the positive, I think I'm going to need to bring this up over to get better access to it, or easier access. There, just plop that up over top and disconnect the positive. So from here, again, it's about making room. So you're going to take the power cable off, the positive cable, bring that out. Same with the solenoid here. Let's take that off and bring it out. You have your spare fuse thing here. Just lift up and pull out. Here you can take this off as well. It's just the rubber grommet for the solenoid. Just put it on there for now, and as well as this thing comes off. Not even 100% sure what it is. I'm sure if I read it I could figure it out, but regardless, just take that off there, because you're going to need room. Grab your 10mm wrench, loosen this off. And this is where it gets difficult. This plate here needs to go back and out. And as you can see, there's not a lot of room in here. Let's actually move these wires on the outside. So yeah, give yourself a lot of room here. And again, there's a tab down here it's basically like a tab like this on this box here. So you have to get it out over it and then pull it out. So you can't just, like, this doesn't work. You're not going to be able to get the battery out. You can't pull it out. So you need to push it as far back as you possibly can and then pull it out. I think I got it on. Oh, look at that, first try. So here, this is the tab that's in on the little tab in there. So you have to be able to push it out, back, and then out. And if you don't know that, it's frustrating as all hell. It took me a half hour one day, and I had to actually sleep on it because I ran out of juice in my battery in my camera, and had to come back the next day to work on it. So this was very frustrating. The next thing that's frustrating is actually getting the battery out of here, because you don't have a lot of room, and it's just finagling. Pull it out. I can't remember the way I did it. I think it's this way, and it's gonna take a little prying. Okay, there. I think I figured it out. The best way to do it: pull it forward, and then lift up at the bottom, and then pull it out. It should go around these wires, and there you go. So that's getting the battery out. If you don't know how to do it, it is very challenging and very frustrating. That seems like the best way to get it out, and I'm hoping that's the way to get it in, because the last time I got it in, did not go in like that. There, actually there. It actually goes in pretty smoothly there. So out, and then lift at the bottom, and then push from behind again, and it comes out. I hope this helps people, because this frustrated me to no end, as well as after I had taken it out, I left it for a few days and then started filming this thing. So I had to put the bike all back together, and basically I couldn't figure out how to put the battery back in, because I hadn't done it before. So basically that's the best way to do it, is put it back in the same way you took it out. So if you're replacing the battery, hopefully you take it out, put it right back in. Bring it in at the angle there, and she just slides in perfectly there. Now to put it back together, you just kind of do it in reverse. I won't go through everything. I'll just do this part, and then you guys will know how to do the rest of it. You do have to back and in with this. It is a little frustrating, but just give it a second and you'll be able to see when these line up here that it is in, obviously. There. That's in there. Just put the bolt on. Again, I'm leaving the battery out. I'm still storing the bike, so I'm not going to tighten this all up. I'll just show you quickly how this part goes in. That's it for that. Your spare fuse. Oh, let's put these wires back over. Spare fuse up on the little tab thing here. It should just slide in. It's just a rubber grommet. This goes here. Do yourself a favor, take this off first. It does only go one way. If you can see the grooves in here, this will sit a little bit further down. This side does not have those grooves, so it does only go one way. Just goes in like that. There. Solenoid goes in there. And then you're going to, you can do this part after, but that will clip on there, and you just run it back up in to connect your battery. Always connect the positive first, then the negative, and make sure you put this wiring back underneath, or else you can't get the seat on. Ask me how I know. Then you just pop the cover on and then put the seat on and start your bike up, and you're good to go. Again, it's not a hard thing to do. It's just frustrating if you don't know how that little piece comes out. Like I said, it took me a while to get it out the one day. I had to actually come back another day and do it. And then when I left it a couple of days here, because it's a few days later, I didn't remember how the battery went back in, and I spent, I don't know, like 15 minutes just trying to get the battery back in, as well as that little clip or the little panel. So yeah, hopefully this helps someone out there. It should be similar to a Royal Enfield Himalayan. This is actually Himalayan Scram411, so I think it's the same body style and everything, so it's probably about the same, but I couldn't find anything on the internet actually showing it. So again, hopefully this helps someone out there. Anyways, until next time, later.